What's up, Grim Crew? Welcome back to the Gaming Dungeon. I am the Grim Gamer. My friends call me D. Welcome back to the channel for another top 5 of my favorite games list here on the channel. This one for the Nintendo 64. Now, I may have mentioned it probably at some point here on the channel that I've never been a big Nintendo fan. And that's just partially because growing up, we didn't have Nintendos in the house. We went from like a Sega Genesis to the PlayStations, but we did wind up getting a Nintendo 64 when we were kids. And so the Nintendo 64 is the first Nintendo console that I ever actually owned. Didn't play a whole lot of games on it. But the ones that we did play back then are still some of my favorites to this day. And so, in this list, I'm going to rank them. My top 5 favorite Nintendo 64 games so far. This is yet another one of those lists that over the years now I'm trying to branch out. I'm trying to look more into the library of the Nintendo 64, finding games that look interesting that I really want to give a shot. So, this list may change over time, but for now, as of December of 2025, these are my top 5 games on the Nintendo 64. So let's take a look. Cruisin' USA may be the game I've spent the least amount of time with as far as the games on this list go, but I still really enjoy it. I mean, it's an absolute classic, right? I don't play it that often, but when I do, it's a nostalgic joyride. I remember playing this one with a few of my cousins growing up, and I mean, we've always had fun with it. Visually, it looks okay, and the music isn't bad. It's cool to race across the country, see famous landmarks like the Golden Gate Bridge, Mount Rushmore, the White House, things like that. The controls feel a little off to me these days, especially the steering. It just feels very touchy, very sensitive, a little too sensitive for my liking, but it's okay. I mean, I can deal with it. I mean, overall, Cruisin' USA is a fun racer that I still enjoy, and I'll pop it in every once in a while for a race or two every now and then, and I still have fun with it. It's still a good time. Now, yes, Cruisin' USA is on this list, and yes, I enjoy it, but my racer of choice on the N64 has to be Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart 64 was my introduction to Mario Kart. I never had or got to play Super Mario Kart growing up, so this was the first one for me. This is another one that I played with my cousins and my brother, and man, this one was, and still is, so much fun. The tracks are fun. The different items make every race a chaotic dash to the finish, and I love it. Now, with only 8 playable characters and 16 tracks, it doesn't sound like much compared to the Mario Karts we have today, but back then, in 1997, it was plenty for us, and we would play this game for hours. Super Mario Kart may have started this series, but Mario Kart 64 took the step to make the Mario Kart series what it is today. Mario Kart 64 isn't just one of my favorite N64 games, but it's also at the top of my list of my favorite Mario Kart games. This one is amazing, and it still holds up today. Perfect Dark is a game that, well, first off, I have a little story to share. So, my brother and I played this game half to death when we were kids, and I'll never forget, we played the co-op story all the way up until the final boss fight. Now, we didn't know it was the final boss fight at the time, but we made it all the way to that point, and we couldn't figure out how to beat it. Now, we were kids, right? And we had no money. So we couldn't just go out and buy the strategy guide to figure out how to beat it. So we went online. We found a file for the strategy guide, and we tried to print it. All 100 plus pages of it. So needless to say, my mom and dad found out we were printing it as it was printing, and they canceled the print. Either halfway through its run or a few pages shy of printing the whole thing out. They were upset. They were pretty upset that we were using up all the ink in the printer. So they canceled that print, and we never got the last few pages. Therefore, we never could figure out how to beat the final boss. Therefore, we've never beat this game together. Still, I really enjoy Perfect Dark. The level layouts are great. The different weapons are fun. I like that all the weapons have a secondary function. It changes things up a bit. I really appreciate the fact that the characters are voiced, because if you know me by now, I hate having to read my games. So the fact that all the characters are voiced, well, it gives a little bit of individual character to the characters. The story is interesting, and it's just all around an amazing game. Now, I've never played Perfect Dark Zero, and I'm a little disappointed that the newest one that was in development got canceled. Seems like Joanna Dark just gets no love. But I'll always have this one. And side note, this is the only N64 game that I have that's complete in box. The box isn't in great shape anymore from all the moves and everything over the years. I didn't handle it correctly, but I do still have that, and I'm super happy to have this in my collection. Perfect Dark, without a doubt, one of my favorite N64 games.
Dr. Carroll? Dr. Carroll, are you here?
Well? Is it safe to come out?
Yes, all clear.
I know when it comes to wrestling games on the N64, everybody tends to say their favorite or the best is either WWF No Mercy or WCW NWO Revenge. But for me, it's WrestleMania 2000. And here are some of my reasonings. One, we were a WWF household back in the day, so we didn't play many WCW games. So I've actually never, ever played Revenge. Two, we had No Mercy back in the day, but we had one of the original copies, one of the first runs that were sent out, one of the faulty cartridges that didn't save your progress. So we never got very far with it and didn't play it long, because anything we unlocked, the next time we went to play it, well, it would be locked again. So we gave up on it. And three, WrestleMania 2000 has one of, if not my favorite rosters in a wrestling game. We had DX, we had Kane, we had Stone Cold, we had The Rock, we had the Faces of Foley, we had the Ministry of Darkness, which is still my favorite version of my favorite wrestler of all time, is the Ministry version of The Undertaker. Plus, this game still has full entrances, something that No Mercy didn't have. So, you know, another point for WrestleMania 2000. But I think it plays the same as No Mercy. It looks the same as No Mercy. So, because of those few things that I've just mentioned, I enjoy and love WrestleMania 2000 more than No Mercy. It makes this list, and it's still one of my favorite wrestling games to this day. Several years ago, when I bought another N64, I bought it for two specific games. One was WWF WrestleMania 2000, and the other, GoldenEye. GoldenEye is an absolute must. I love this game. Still to this day, I love this game. I mean, this is the game that I played with my cousins, my brother, my friends. I mean, we would play this for hours on end. Usually we would fight over who got to play as Oddjob, and then with some of the fun cheat codes like paintball mode or big head mode, I mean, we would play this till the sun came up. And to me, this is the end-all be-all for multiplayer shooters. You can take your Halos, your Call of Duties, and your Fortnites, and you can throw them all in the trash. It doesn't get any better than 007 GoldenEye. Still doesn't. Plus, playing through the story of not only the best Brosnan-era film, but in my opinion, the greatest 007 movie of all time, was simply awesome. The levels are iconic. The gameplay is amazing. The music lives rent-free in my mind. Almost everything about this game is still perfect. My only complaint is that the characters are not voiced. That bugs me a little bit, but that's just a nitpick. Everything else about this game still holds up, and it's still a blast to play. 9 times out of 10, if I have somebody stop by the house and we break out the N64, it's 007 GoldenEye that we're playing. For me, for the Nintendo 64, it doesn't get any better than 007 GoldenEye. Well, there you have it. My top 5 games on the Nintendo 64. Did your favorite Nintendo 64 game make my list? If not, let me know down in the comments below what your favorite Nintendo 64 games are. And if you like this video, hit the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already, so you don't miss out on any other content coming to the channel, whether it's countdowns like this, where it's the live stream replays, the retro game hunting, retro game unboxings, or just whatever else it is that I decide to do. So that's it for me for this one. I am D, I am the Grim Gamer, and I will catch y'all next time.